Welcome back, Shinobi World. Today we are going to showcase the best range builds in 2025. As many of you know, Shinobi Strikers has gone through a lot of updates recently with some insane patches. And with the Momoshiki DLC being almost 2 months away, I think now would be the best time to showcase these builds before things change yet again. And who knows, if there's some broken stuff released in the future, I will make another video. So yeah, everyone, these are the best builds in 2025 for the range class. Let's go!
Wake up to reality. The longer you live, the more you'll realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are mere pain, suffering, and futility.
So before I reveal the best builds to run for the range class in Shinobi Strikers, we have to set some ground rules on what makes a build top tier. To put it in simple terms, I think a build should be universal in skill gaps, meaning good players and bad players can be effective with the build. I also think the build should be universal in all game modes like Ninja World Face Off, Ninja World League, and Quick Match. So keep in mind that this is just my perspective on what makes a build worthy of being ranked so high on any top tier list. For my viewers, things may be different, and that's okay. So today, the builds I have for you are supposed to help people who don't use the range class and need help making good builds. So coming in at number 5 is the most annoying build on this list. We all know the Rinnegan swap is the most popular build in all of Shinobi Strikers. Anyone and everyone can use this build with ease, making it extremely toxic. The only real way to deal with this playstyle is to either counter it with your own variation of the build itself, or to put on a build that gives you good evasive movement and ninja move around your opponent to get close and stop them before they can swap you. Now I know we all hate being swapped, but that does not mean the swap playstyle is not good and shouldn't be on the top 5 list. Now let's talk about the build itself. The Rinnegan lets you swap places with your opponent, giving you the ability to evade stuff like ultimate jutsus if timed right. It also helps you track people that are running like a bot or flag runners in flag battle. It can also take people off bases in base battle, but the most effective way to use a swap build is to swap your opponent into tags. And don't forget, you can also swap people into the 1000 Nidas of Death jutsu. Like I said, there are so many ways to be annoying with this build. Personally, I like to use the bow, Rinne swap with tags, and Amaterasu because it's a one-shot combo and it also helps your teammates kill fast in a team setting. Trust me, put this build on and you will be the main reason your team wins most of the time. Now with all that being said, this build falls short on the list because it lacks in mobility, and if your opponent is above average, he will focus you and dodge the Rinne swap and make life hell for you. And with the Rinnegan taking so long to come back, you basically become a sitting duck for everyone else. You can try and use your bow or any other weapon to keep people off of you, but chances are it won't work because range lacks in close combat situations in this game. So at this point, I think you guys understand just how broken the Rinnegan swap builds can be, and they definitely deserve a top 5 spot on this list. So let's jump into the number 4 build on this list, and let me explain to you why this build is better than the previous build. So, just going over the mechanics and the basics of the game, you guys know that damage over time really does play a factor in this game, right? And obviously, this is going to be based off of your burn damage from the Amaterasu Inferno Sword, and it's also going to be based off of the damage amplified by the Shuriken Shadow Clones based off of like whatever status elements you put on, and just the very fact that these Shuriken Shadow Clones do so much damage. There's really only a few ways to deal with this build. One, you have to either run from it completely, or two, you must like attack your opponent before they can use these jutsus. Or the other way you can do it is you can put on Sukuna Ikana and just play like a, you know what I want to say. You guys get what I'm trying to say. So what makes this build better than any Rinnegan swap build that you can put together on Shinobi Strikers? Well, the Rinnegan swap build is predicated on people not knowing how to get out of the Rinnegan swap. If you don't know how to ninja move, then the Rinnegan swap is going to be hell for you, right? But if you're a player like me or someone above my skill level, you'll easily dodge the Rinnegan swap, and then the Rinnegan swap build is literally useless. There's really no way to neutralize this build completely in the hands of someone that knows what they're doing, because this build is actually a one-shot as long as you do the Amaterasu along with the jutsus to get the amplified damage. I'm gonna try and show you guys right here how much of a one-shot this is. You see that? Boom. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. This build is so broken. You get to throw so much at your opponent. It's really hard to dodge all this stuff. The Super B scrolls have amazing tracking. The birds have even better tracking, right? And they both do really good damage. And then the Shuriken Shadow Clones do amazing damage. That's the bread and butter of this build. And then obviously, if your opponent is about 25% to 30% on health, you know that Amaterasu Inferno Sword is going to send him packing quick. Send him packing quick. So this build, it has a lot of mobility because the birds and, you know, the Super B scroll give you the ability to jump in and out of, you know, bad situations. And then the Shuriken Shadow Clones pretty much gets anyone and everyone off of you if they're attacking you all at once. So this build is amazing for team battles. It's amazing for, you know, pit battles. If you guys want to use this in the pits and just third-party people, you're really gonna mess them up. There's only one real way to deal with this build, and obviously it would be, you know, Sukuna Kana with defense and just pretty much, you know, taking another class and rushing someone. But it's all based off of how good you are with this build. You can easily get around Sukuna Kana if you just throw Amaterasu at them, make them think you're just gonna spam, right? And then when they get close to you, you just push block them, you neutralize that jutsu, and now they're fucked. You get what I'm saying? They are completely, you know, assed out. And we're about to one-shot him here. Let me show you. Oh my god. Oh my god. This build is so broken. I don't think you guys understand just how broken this build is. So I had to put it above the Rinnegan swap because you have a lot more to deal with. The Rinnegan swap, all you gotta do is dodge the Rinnegan, you're good. With this build, you can either be one-shotted or somebody could just constantly just spit jutsus at you and just keep annoying you with the Amaterasu Inferno Sword. And if you push up on them, the Amaterasu has a really good stun. The Inferno Sword has a really good stun, so you can combo with this stuff as well. So now let's cover the third best build in all of Shinobi Strikers for the range class. This right here is aggression. It's that simple. This is the most aggressive build you can make as a range player on Shinobi Strikers. It don't get more aggressive than this. Now, recently they just buffed the Holy Monk scroll to the point where if you put any status elements up on the first strike, or I think it's called lightning fast, if you put that on your costume or one of your gear pieces, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to outpunch a claw. I'm serious. The first hit outpunches a claw, and you guys know the first hit on this weapon is literally a stun. So when you put this weapon on, you can literally fight ATKs. You don't have to run from them anymore or use ninjutsu or ninja tools to keep them off you and stuff like that. You don't have to do none of that. You can put the Holy Monk scroll on and combat anyone that has on claws or any other type of ATK weapon. The only thing you really can't combat with is probably the Viper Blades, Sunbeam, or something like that, right? So just that alone makes this build, you know, superior to the other builds that we have on this list. Now let's talk about, you know, the most broken ninjutsus for the range class. Now you guys already know Flash Slice is the best range jutsu on the game, without a doubt. There's nothing to talk about, right? So when you mix that with Kamui, I think you guys understand why this build is so high up on this list, because there's really no official way to deal with this build. I guess you could Rinnegan swap someone right before, you know, the Kamui hits you. You can dodge the Kamui lightning blade, like kind of like what this guy is doing right now, but there's really no way to deal with the Kamui lightning blade simply because it goes through ultimates, it goes through super armor, it goes through ninja tools, it goes through jutsus, it goes through blocks. Like, you can't even block it. You get what I'm saying? it goes through everything. And then when you mix that with the Flash Slice being the best jutsu in all of, you know, Shinobi Strikers for the range class, it makes your build unstoppable. And as long as you got these Senbons on, you're going to do so much damage. So there's really no way to approach this build. You can try and swap someone before they get close to you with this build. Other things you can do is you can kind of like just play keep away. That's a good way people will neutralize this build, and that's kind of why it only came in at number 3. But as far as a damage, check. As far as evasive, check. As far as, you know, taking people out of Sharingan, Sukuni Kana, super armor, check. It checks all the boxes. The only thing this build can't do is catch someone that's running with the 2 other builds that I have on this list, and we're about to get into that. We're about to cover why this build only came in at number 3, but at this point, I think you guys understand. You see what this guy's doing to me. He's shooting fireballs at me, so I think you guys already know what's going to be number 1 and number 2 on this list, but as you guys can see, it's very hard to catch people that run with this build. But like, that's one of those things you guys have to think, why are they running, right? Why are they running? They wouldn't run if they could do something about this build. They're running because it's gonna knock them out of super armor. They can't block it. Flash Slice is literally the best jutsu for range. Look at that, just knocked him right out of that. There's nothing he can do, and if he gets close enough, I'm gonna Flash Slice him. You get what I'm saying? Come here, bang, bang. So I would run too. It's pretty much one of those builds where people just, you gotta do whatever you can to get away from this build. Everyone knows it. You can combo with this build. There's so much you can do with this build. Someone does an ultimate, you can get out of it. So yeah, I think I've said enough about how good this build is. Trust me guys, put this build on and you'll see just how broken this shit is, bro. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, I'm out of there. Whoa, that hit me. That hit me. That's insane. That is insane. So now we're going to talk about the number 2 build in all of Shinobi Strikers for the range class. I really do think you guys need to jot this down, because what we're going to talk about today is undoubtedly, it's true. It's just the truth. You get what I'm saying? The second best build in all of Shinobi Strikers was presented to me as a boss battle build. This is what my friends called it when I first revealed it and showed it and made this build, right? There's been some other YouTubers out there that use this build and literally put my name on it, because everyone knows when they see this build, they know who uses it. They know who created it. This build is super toxic, and it's based off of being as aggressive as you possibly can while simultaneously running for your life, right? So this build right here is a summoning build. It's the first summoning build on any of my lists that I've ever made, simply because the C2 Dragon is absolutely amazing, right? And the Wind Scythe jutsus are so broken. They do so much damage, and if someone runs into all 4 of them, you can pretty much say goodbye to their health. I already showed you guys how to one-shot with the Wind Scythe jutsu on a short that I made a couple of months back. So take a look at those videos to see just how broken the Wind Scythe jutsus can be if you hit someone with all 4 of them, right? Now, let's talk about the Shuriken Shadow Clones. The Shuriken Shadow Clones, you guys already know, these are probably the best ranged ninja tools on Shinobi Strikers. They do the most damage. Not only do they do the most damage, they track insanely well. Oh my god, look at that. And you can one-shot with them as long as you put things together the right way. What else can these things do, man? You can add them and mix them with any ninjutsu that you throw out there, so the damage is super buffed, and it also helps you build your ultimate meter extremely fast, right? And you can mix all of this stuff. Look, let me show you something. Look, we're gonna mix all of this together, man, and look at that. We're just getting kills left and right. When people see this build, they want no parts with this build. I don't want to go against anyone that's using this build, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I don't want to deal with people using this build because it takes so much to kill them. You know, you got the C2 Dragon constantly knocking you out of the combo. So let's say you do push up on them and try and 1v1 them, you're gonna just get hit with so much, right? So the final component to this build is the weapon we're using, right? The Sasori Puppet is so good in this game. It still stands at the top of the range class for weapons that you can use. It's not the best weapon in the game for the range class, but it's definitely top 5. This thing has amazing stun. It does crazy damage over time with the poison, and if you put the status element up, they will be poisoned for a longer period of time, making it easy to do damage to people without even looking at them. You know, all you got to do is shoot them, get poison in them, and then look away. This is just like the icing on top. This is what really makes this build pop. It's so hard to get through this puppet when people are spamming like this. Oh my god, I can't believe I got out of that. Holy, he tried to kill me, right? Oh my god, look at that. I dodged that wood dragon so late. Oh yeah, man, we're doing amazing right now. So this build is really, you know, it's one of those things where you don't have to do much. Anyone can pick up this build. If you're a bot at the game and you don't know how to play, right? Let's say you're a bot. You don't know how to play the game. You don't know how to help your teammates. You don't know how to be effective. Put this build on and just smack triangle. It's literally the easiest build to use on the game. It had to come in at number 2 because of how easy it is, right? How can a build be so easy to use, yet, you know, no one uses it? No one uses it. I'm the only one who uses this build, and it kind of hurts my feelings, but I'm happy about it. You know, and if you put the wind outfit on, you get all types of boosts, like with damage on your ninja tools. You get boosts on the next jutsu you do. Look at this. He's running into all those wind scythes, man. All those wind scythes. I'm telling you, run this build. It will not fail you guys. Anyone that's telling you this is not the second best build for the range class in Shinobi Strikers, they just think they're a little more legit than they actually are, right? Anyone and everyone that used this build knows it's so easy to use that you don't even have to use it anymore. Like, I don't use this build because I feel like I'm not even playing Shinobi Strikers when I use this build. I'm serious. I feel like bro, like, I'm just smacking triangle and all of my jutsus are doing the work. I'm smacking my ultimate. Oh my god, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. How did he get that back so fast? Well, I dropped 14 kills with that build, man. And that's not even the most I've done with that build. I've gotten 25 kills using that build. I'm serious, guys. It's that broken. And finally, we have the best build you can run for range class in Shinobi Strikers. Without a doubt, there is no question that this is the best build, or any variant of this build is the best build you can run for the range class in 2025. I don't know if they're going to make any changes anytime soon, but this build is by far the best build you can run in the game, and I'm going to show you exactly why. I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to show you why it's the best build, right? So when you put on the fire outfit, as you can see I have one right now, you basically get a boost in speed and power anytime you use a fire technique, right? So the more fire techniques you have on, the faster you're going to move and the more damage you're going to do, right? So under normal circumstances, these two little fireballs that you see me using, they do decent amount of damage, right? But when you shoot one, the status element kicks in, and the second one literally does as much damage as a Majestic. So right now it looks like I have two little fireball jutsus and then one Majestic. No, what I have is two Majestics and one fireball. That's basically what I have, right? And then any Moonlit Medicine build that you run is going to be toxic because you can disappear and people cannot lock onto you. They can't catch you. They can't do anything. As you guys can see now, they have to wait for me to reappear all over again. They must wait. And I get a damage buff. So guess what? I'm literally invincible with this build. The only thing you can do is swap me when I'm using this build. Understand this. Either you run this same build or you swap me, right? That's the only way you're going to catch me while I'm using this build. There's no other way. And if I have the Inferno style Amaterasu sword with me, buddy, I'm going to do a lot of damage. I'm going to do a lot of damage. As you can see, this guy is pressing me. He's doing everything he can, but he cannot catch me. He may could catch me for one moment, but he cannot catch me. Let's say he put on Hazan Strike, right? Let's say he's going to put on Hazan Strike. These two little fireballs are going to eat up his health. And because I'm in the air, he's not going to get the proper stun. I'm going to jump away, and he's not going to be able to catch me with whatever jutsu he has after that, right? So I could just keep on jumping on a frog, on a bird, and I could just keep on popping pill, disappearing. Now you can't lock onto me. Now you can't touch me. Can't do anything. You must wait for me to reappear. By that time, I already have my 8-second ninjutsu back, and I already have my Majestic back, ready to third party someone, right? Now this build is not legit. It's probably the most annoying build in the game outside of a Rinnegan swap, but it definitely is the best build in the game. It beats any other build that you can think of. I know people are like, man, if I see somebody playing like that, I'm just going to Rinnegan swap them. That's if they don't know how to dodge the Rinnegan swap. If they know how to ninja move on the Rinnegan swap, you are finished. You're finished. They're going to ninja move your Rinnegan swap. After they ninja move your Rinnegan swap, they're going to jump all the way over to you. And you know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to... Oh my god, that's going to... Oh my god, Sukune Ikana. Now, Sukune Ikana is a good way to, like, chase someone down, but I just don't see you catching them when they're using this build. I really don't. They'll just run away. So, let's say you do choose to swap them, right? Okay, you're swapping me, you're not giving me a chance to run. So what I'm gonna do is, now instead of running from your swap, I'm gonna focus you, I'm gonna pay attention to you, I'm gonna ninja move your swap, and then after I ninja move your swap, I'm gonna come on over to you because you're a sitting duck, and I'm gonna hit you with a Majestic. If you sit still, you're gonna die. If you don't sit still, I'm gonna shoot you with these 2 little fireballs and just keep repeating everything. You'll never get a chance to use your Rinnegan again. And then I'll just keep hitting you with a Amaterasu as you try and place your tags or your ninja tool down on the ground to freaking swap me. I'm never gonna give you a chance. You can put on Crimson Drizzle Heavy Boulder, but if you don't kill me, I'm gonna get away. It's just that simple. Range is too slow in this game, right? So as you can see, this guy, he's not going to be able to hit me no more. That's it. That's it. You had your chance. You're not hitting me. So, man, this video was extremely hard to make because I'm not a spammer. I don't like spamming. And it's just like one of those things where I'm not too comfortable playing like this. But if people want to see me play like this so I can demonstrate how broken these builds are, I'll do it. So for anyone and everyone that's seen this video today, I need you guys to understand one thing. There's no reason for your team to get their ass beat while you're on the team. You can be the guy who changes everyone's life on Shinobi Strikers. Put on one of these top 5 builds that I ran for you guys today and help your teammates, man. I'm tired of getting jumped and beat up by people in teams, and I'm like, bro, what do my opponents have on and what do my teammates have on? It's always like, okay, my opponents are always running one of these 5 builds that I'm talking about, and then my teammates are never running any of these builds. Yeah, he's not catching me. I can dodge ultimates in this shit, bro. I'm gonna go disappear and sit at the top of the map and, you know, stay in my place, bro. Yeah, you're not catching me. Boom! Shoot that Majestic at him. Yeah. So that's just one of those things, man. And don't forget, please don't forget to use the time space hop as your ninjutsu substitution, right? You need the time space hop because when someone attacks you, trust and believe me, when you sub, they're going to be back on you again. They're going to be back on you. And if you don't have the time space hop, you're not going to be able to pop your freaking, you know, Moonlit Medicine to disappear. So I hope this video really helped you guys, man. These are the best builds that you can run for Shinobi Strikers range class in 2025, man. I thank y'all. I love y'all. To my next video.